I've been wanting an allotment for a while. Been waiting on the waiting list, and finally I've got one. So let's have a look. Well, here we are outside the new allotment, and it is quite a nice site, well maintained. But this particular allotment is handy because it's got the water just by the shed. Easy access for me. And then we've got the shed, which needs a bit of work, and the polytunnel, which is a complete disaster, so it needs taking off and rebuilding completely. And as we go through, it's a bit tight squeeze between the shed and the polytunnel, but enough to get a wheelbarrow through. And yes, it is a bit of a state. It's in a real state. It's going to take a lot of work to get this into shape. The person who had it before neglected it, and it's just gone to ruin. And let's have a look at the polytunnel. It's in a bit of a state again, full of rubbish, weeds. The tunnel itself is collapsed and torn, so it's basically very little that's there salvageable, so I'll just have to build one from scratch. And the shed, it's standing up, that's the best I can say for it. It's obviously needs some TLC, putting some windows in. You have to be very careful. The door is in a bit of a state. That's my bag, and a lot of rubbish in here. A lot of rubbish. It's one of the old sheds. I mean, it's got a fireplace even. Don't know if it'll be usable, but it had a fireplace at some point. But now there's a lot of weeds. The roof is in a bit of a state, so that's going to take some work to fix that. There is a lot of rubbish around all over the place. There's a little bit of space behind the shed, so it'll be handy because there's the shed water catchment, and we could put water barrels back there and get them out of the way because it keeps them out of the sun. A lot of rubbish again, lots of broken glass, so I'll have to wear heavy duty gloves for the first few months. A lot of grass. The ground is very uneven, weeds and all sorts. They've had things like tried raised beds, but it's all in a bit of a state. And yeah, obviously somebody's tried using Roundup on this, but I mean, they've obviously not had an effect on this. Right, so let's walk along one side without killing myself. So we've got hedges on all sides. I mean, oof, just looking at that frightens me. Tackling that is going to be a bit of a nightmare. And on that side it's all brambles and rubbish, and I don't know what's what. little bit of a fence, and back to, I don't know, that's the neighbours' barrels and things. But yeah, it's going to be a fair bit of work. We're looking back that way is a bit of a it's better than looking the other way. And just to give you an idea, that is south, where we would have the sun, and that's east. At the bottom there are some fruit trees and fruit bushes, and I don't know what's what till they start putting leaves out. So this overgrown mess will have to be left alone. We have a rhubarb. Obviously the brambles have got to go, but there are other things like raspberries and blackcurrants in here, so we'll just have to leave them. There's comfrey all over the place, and nettles, and dock, and our favourite, dandelions.